Hi everyone, this is Chantay. I'm here with my analysis today on Thursday, August 2020. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I don't really feel too hot today. Have cramps, really bad cramps, so it always slows me down all the time. So here we are. I got some stuff for you. I'm trying to stay on task as usual. So here we are. So I have numbers and stats for you for the coronavirus because that's where we are right now. So globally, around the world, around the 188 countries, including the USA, we are at, hey cousin, we are at 20,764,220. Yikes. We haven't even been at 20 million for like a month, and already it's just ascending far. The cases here at home in the U.S., you are at 5,248,172. Hey, Joseph. So once again, the number for the USA, the number of cases is 5,248,172. Our fatalities, which also is our number of deaths, are at 167,092. And yesterday, and this is numbers as of yesterday, we had over 1,500 people died in this country yesterday. The top numbers in the U.S., Brazil has 3,164,785, followed by India 2,396,637. Russia has 905,762. South Africa has 572,865. Mexico has 505,751. Peru has 498,555. Colombia has 422,519. And Chile, 380,034. In our Latin countries, which we all know, Mexico has the most. Ecuador is at 98,343, followed by the Dominican Republic, 83,134. Panama, 78,446. Guatemala, 60,284. Honduras, 48,657. And El Salvador, 21,993. In the African nations, South Africa does top the most cases. They almost have 600,000 cases of COVID-19. They're the largest cases on the continent. Followed by Nigeria at 48,116. Guyana, 41,725. Kenya, 28,754. Cameroon, 18,308. Senegal, 11,740. All right. Haiti, 7,781. Jamaica, over 1,100. I didn't get the chance to catch the numbers for Jamaica. Bahamas, 1,089. Guyana, 631. Trinidad and Tobago, 404. Belize, 296. Barbados, 144. Antigua, 92 cases still. St. Vincent still remain at 57. St. Lucia still remain at 25, while Grenada is at 24 still. Dominica still at 18. St. Kitts still at 17. And Gambia has 1,556. Now at home. We're home in the USA. This number particularly for the USA is according to New York Times COVID map. What I read earlier is from this John Hopkins website, and the website is coronavirus.jhu.edu. So, here at home, California reached over 600,000 cases of COVID. They have the most cases in the country. 602,725. Yikes. Florida, 557,129, followed by Texas, 535,861. New York, which was the epicenter of all of this, is now the fourth largest cases in the country at 428,155. Oh, thank you, Joseph. I don't want to be a teacher, but thank you. I appreciate it. Georgia, 212,009. Illinois, 202,577. New Jersey, 188,433. North Carolina, 141,006. Louisiana, 135,562. Hey, Jamila. And South Carolina, 103,909. Danella, what the hell is going on in South Carolina? You just could type it in and let me know, because this is crazy. And if school started, that's bad. Because if you look on CNN, you look at, there were a lot of cases that went on in South Carolina. Seriously. Like, hey T, there were a lot of cases. I mean, there was a lot of teachers and students and students that had to self-quarantine. I guess because of school opening full capacity. But you can look it up on CNN. Oh, I'm sorry, Danella. But no, seriously, I'm nervous of what's going on in SC, man. It's crazy. I'm scared. Oh, the counties. Los Angeles, 214,000, followed by Miami-Dade County at, Miami-Dade County, 139,271. Maricopa, 127,188. Cook County, 113,044. Harris County is 88,494, and Queens is 68,151. Keep in mind, Queens had the highest cases. Oh, I just did the states. The states with the highest cases. Your state, I think, has almost 100,000 T, but I'm not sure. But you can always catch you can sign up. It's free. The New York Times COVID map or the Washington Post COVID map. They have all the U.S. states with the cases. And California just reached over 602,000 cases. So they had 602 and 725. Florida, yeah. And is it in person with school option? Oh, wow. Okay. I wasn't sure in SC. Sorry. I did not know. New York don't start school till September. So there's going to be some parents that's going to have their kids go to school and just have their kids stay home. And we have the largest public school education here. They aren't going last 2 days. These Republican governors are stupid. But Donald Trump had a whole ass press conference going after, it was supposed to be about COVID-19. He was to give us updates, but he don't give us updates every day. So he started out saying that this kid, DeFaro, was being killed. And then he said Joe Biden is politicizing the pandemic and showing appalling lack of to the American people. He's ignoring the scientific evidence by putting left-wing politics before facts. This shit is too damn funny. Oh, going back to blended learning? Oh, okay. Whatever. He said that the China and Europe travel ban, he opposed the China and Europe travel ban. That's a whole ass lie. He said Dr. Fauci agrees with Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump said Dr. Fauci agrees with him. If Dr. Fauci agrees with you, why Dr. Fauci defies you? Why he doesn't be at your press briefings if he agrees with you? Agrees. And they just kept telling about, just keep attacking Joe Biden. And then he's just like, Just saying all kinds of crazy shit. Like the shutdown will be punitive and it will cause a lot of harm. And then, so some dumbass reporter, I think One American News, it's on, I have a Verizon Fire, so I don't watch it because I think it's stupid. Said we don't want, they said like, do you want the schools to be open? Do you want access to school foods? All this kind of dumb shit. And then he said, we don't want the schools to shut down. Kids can handle the virus well. He's acting like there's not over 100,000 kids that's sick with coronavirus. Okay, whatever. And that kids that actually die from the Wasaki virus. But whatever. And so Caitlin Collins from CNN, they all got at him about the, yeah, who's getting the vaccine? That's a good question. I don't trust the vaccine made by this administration because they're pushing it too fast. And the vaccine takes between a year to a year and a half. That's 12 months to 18 months. And the fact that I don't see Dr. Fauci with these with this stuff makes me very concerned. Does not see Dr. Fauci at these briefings makes me very concerned. People criticize me about liking Dr. Fauci, but he's the one I can only trust. He's the one that will give it to you straight. Like, you guys should be locked down for like 2 to 3 months. Mask wearing, you'll be fine. Because if you study the actual influenza, yeah, 5 years. You're absolutely right. Because Dr. Bright said that in a hearing a couple months ago. The guy that got fired, who was in charge of like the PPE distribution, he got fired because he sounded the alarm back in June or in like November, and Trump, like, they basically shut him up. But back to this whole stupid ass hearing, they was also asked about the post office, which the man is trying to cut funding from the damn post office. That's why the mail has been so goddamn slow. So he's like saying something. What he said he's not trying to veto any bill at all. And then, hey Tasha, and then he's just saying some crazy shit, talking about he's basically just saying that the post office is basically, mail-in ballot is bad. There's a lot of ballots missing and all of this shit. We all know, every smart person know, mail-in voting and absentee voting is the exact same. And this time, we need it. Oh, wow. Sorry, Danella. And you're right about the whole mask wearing thing, because I'm about to get into the mask wearing thing from another briefing that I saw. But Donald Trump is a whole ass liar. Like, at this point of time, no matter what your reservations were, because my first choice is actually the VP. But if I had a second choice for a VP, it would be Stacey Abrams. Because Kamala and Stacey Abrams were my top twos. It was Kamala, then it was Stacey Abrams. Everybody else, honestly, really didn't matter at this point, right? But now you got Biden and Kamala. People have been predicting this for months. I mean, for 8 months, right? They've been predicting this for a long time since she exited out the race. But no matter what your reservations were about candidates, this is what we have now. I rather vote for something which I know that can listen to what I have to say than voting for someone who openly says that I don't care about your human life. Risk your health for the economy. Then a silent vice president who does what this man says, who is a huge science denier more than a current occupant of the White House. And it's more so people under 30 who I got the big issue with, because you talk all this shit, you go to these demonstrations, but you don't show your ass up at the polls. You could have showed up at the primary polls for Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren, and your fucking asses didn't. So this is what you have now. So y'all need to get over it. And it's more so young people. Because my presidential primary choice was Kamala, Julian, and possibly Pete Buttigieg. Kamala dropped out in December. I couldn't vote for that. Julian dropped out in January. I honestly wasn't going to participate in the primaries. Because New York primaries is all the way in April, but it got pushed back to June. And who was on the ballot on June? It was Joe Biden. Everybody else dropped out already. Literally. All these other young folks that's talking shit, where was your fucking ass on primary day? You was nowhere. So I don't want to hear your fucking voices. This is what you got now. Vote. And when you vote, you can still hold them accountable. I will hold Joe Biden accountable. I know his vice president will be competent, but I'm going to hold Joe Biden accountable. But you know what else too? We're going to have a diverse cabinet. There will be a Bernie Sanders in that cabinet because people don't know. For those who don't know, Bernie Sanders is working with Joe Biden behind closed doors and been working with him for the last 4 months. It's the Biden-Sanders Unity Task Force. One of those plans is to combat climate change, put in the Green New Deal into the Paris Climate Accord, create jobs, save on energy. Another thing is if you work in home health aid or if you're a daycare teacher, you get training, you get full medical coverage and higher paid wages. That's why it's important to always do your homework. I do mine. Do you do yours? It's a good question. Okie dokie. I don't want to keep going on the rant, but I just heard so much stupidity. I haven't been on Facebook in the last probably day, and I think I'm going to take a break for a while because there's a lot of discouraging messages, and it's more so coming from either pastors or some dumb young ministers. Here we are. But anyway, I wanted to talk about more of the financial piece of this pandemic because there is financial concerns. Reuters, which is a financial paper, has Americans seeking unemployment. The number of Americans seeking unemployment has dropped by millions, but Americans are mostly discouraged by the whole entire $600 being expired. And of course, the Senate won't reconvene until September. So that's where we are. Also, the initial claims did decrease by 228,000 last week. But still, the claims are still at 695 and is well above the recession numbers from the Great Recession numbers from 2007 to 2009. Also, with Trump's executive order, which bold so much confusion, states are supposed to cover the $100 from the $400, but a lot of these states don't have the money or the financial capacity to do so. And the $300 will be funded to the emergency disaster relief, but the program will expire the money can expire by September. So pretty much, this is where we are. And black unemployment is still 14.6%, we're the highest, followed by the Hispanic unemployment rate is at 12.9%, and white unemployment dropped from 10% now to 9.2%. So black unemployment is still the highest. And it's been increasing before the pandemic last year. So economic experts did say it was going to be a recession, but who said it was going to result to a pandemic? And trust me, this pandemic is probably going to last probably to the middle or towards the end of 2021. We're going to be in this. This is a shithole. And the way this is handled, we might be in this to probably 2022 or 2023 because Donald Trump is slow walking this virus. He doesn't still believe it. He still calls this virus the China virus. I got news for you, Mr. Trump, or whoever is a Trump supporter. It is not the China virus. It is not the Chinese virus. It is not the Wuhan virus. Although this did come from the coast of the China territory, it is the coronavirus. Period. And I hope not either, Joseph. I really hope not. But this is where we are. So to Trump administration, this is the coronavirus. It came from a bat and is now in 188 countries. So what you can do, stop calling this virus the China virus. Thank you. Anyway, back to the original scheduled program. So there was a White House briefing too. They talked about the whole thing with the Palestinians and the United Emirates. Jared Kushner took some heat and some questions. The Palestinians did criticize this. We still got issues in the Middle East. We still got a whole ass war going on. They got another war in Yemen. So like this peace deal is bullshit, pretty much. He said, how you think this is a victory? He said, well, we have the fairly predictable response. They have the fairly predictable response sometime again, but let's focus on the facts. And the thing that's happening is that we pushing things forward. No, you're not. Our allies hate us so much. We don't even have help to combat COVID-19. We're the sickest nation on the globe. Literally. And when Kaylee was asked about the whole mail-in ballot thing, the whole payroll tax thing, because that's another thing too, the payroll tax thing is going to cut into Social Security, Medicare. So when asked, does he has a commitment to protect Social Security, Kaylee McEnany said he has an unwavering commitment to Social Security, making sure that it is fully funded and seniors are well taken care of. And for payroll tax cuts, he wants permanent deferral, wants to make it permanent for low income and middle income families. There's a lot of low income families that do have a good plethora that has a person in their household getting SS benefits. So right then and there, that is a whole ass lie. And then when they try to go back into the mail-in ballots, one reporter said, why are you trying to prevent working Americans from voting by mail, excuse me. First, let me note that I voted absentee. The president voted absentee, has always been for voting absentee. They're talking about this whole mail-in ballot bullshit, fraudulence again, which is not true again. So that's why I'm saying, like, if this is what you want to vote for, by all means necessary, that's fine, even though I know you guys have sense. But I don't want to see this shitty ass administration again. Because of them, we're in this coronavirus thing alone. We don't have no help. We don't have no foreign help. We can't go to Europe. We can't go to other countries because they don't want us there. Because we're the sickest nation on the globe. So that's where we are. Also, Joe Biden had a briefing with Kamala Harris, and he is mandating, he said, for all states to institute a mask wearing immediately for 3 months. Even though he doesn't have the executive power to do it, but just for him saying that does demonstrate leadership. And when Kamala Harris spoke, she said that's real leadership. And they also want to create a pandemic testing board, which will employ 100,000 Americans to do contact tracing. And it will give us access to vaccine. But when she said this, as the election is coming up, Ask the current occupant of the White House, aka Donald Trump, when I'm going to get vaccinated. Because everybody want to know. My cousin even said it on here, when we're going to get vaccinated. And honestly, to tell the truth, I don't trust this vaccine. So I'm waiting for the next administration to put out a vaccine with actual real scientists, with scientists that actually has a spine and not scared of this man, which I don't know why people are scared of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a whole ass punk. So I don't understand. So that's why I'm saying, like, I pray that there will be some kind of vaccine, real vaccine, not rushed shit coming up. But yeah, that's what's going on. And of course, there is a tax on Kamala. There's tax on birtherism. They did the same shit to President Obama, saying that, is she eligible? Or is she black? Or is she this? First of all, if you're from a Caribbean island, an Hispanic island, and you look like me, and you dark, or London, Australia, of course Africa, your ass is black. You black. Canadians, black. There's black people all over the world. And not just only African Americans that were slaves. There were Jamaicans that were slaves. There were Caribbeans that were slaves. There were Africans that were enslaved. Yeah. I have a lot of friends that are West Indian. Not just only Jamaican, Trini, from St. Kitts, St. Croix. Some are from Belize, Panama. I got friends from different plethoras. President Obama is half African. He's half Kenyan. His mama's white. Kamala's Jamaican. Her daddy Jamaican. Her mother was Indian. That makes you less black. So if Kamala and Barack Obama's not black, Bob Marley not black, Nicki Minaj not black, Cardi B not black, who else that's West Indian? Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, they not black. Beyonce's half Creole. Usher, I think he's Haitian. So is Rick Ross. They not black. Like I'm gonna need for these Republicans and these ADOS people to shut up. Because the African diaspora is huge. I suggest that you go to the African American Smithsonian Museum in DC. You will learn a lot of black history. Of course, I always knew there was a whole bunch of black people everywhere. That's why I used to get in trouble in high school. Because I used to just tell straight motherfuckers, you're black. Just because you speak a different language, you're black. It's okay. It's fine. Now everybody wants to embrace, I'm Afro-Latino. Or I'm Afro-Caribbean. Where was that energy 20 years ago? Oh, I forgot. Being black was a crime. Child, please. But as I end this tonight, I said what I said. And I'm not probably going on Facebook for maybe till the weekend, next weekend, whatever, when I feel like it. Because of the toxic energy coming from the Christians, the moral Christians, even though I'm a Christian. And some of these other folks that just don't fucking vote. I'm not here to convert people. I'm not here to have people become a supporter. But I need for everybody to wake up. Because things are not going to get better. Especially under this president. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. We can still live our lives. But be smart. So wear your mask. Wash your hands. Continue social distancing. And be safe out here in these streets. Until then, see you tomorrow night. Take care.